Okay, I'm at the basement, in the basement of my sister's home. This is the laundry area, and she has, you know, like this little roughed closet here, no door on it, and it's kind of like a catch-all closet. It catches a whole bunch of stuff. It usually has an actual purpose for it, but they recently did some work out in their basement area where they put a whole, like, you know, tile floor down, like a wood floor actually, they put down out there. And so, you know, whenever you do that, there's always a residual, and this closet really hit the brunt of it. So we're going to work on that right now together. It's a little bit difficult having me be able to show you it, unfortunately, but I did do the little video of it beforehand. So if you have a closet that's kind of like always catches stuff and you want to get it cleaned up, come on and join me. Okay, so first I'm going to take stuff out and put them in, like, you know, categories, like what goes where. Things that I want to actually keep in this closet can go in a certain area, but it would be like, what is it? Is it a cleaning product? Is it something that I would use, you know, to entertain, that kind of thing? I'd put them in separate areas. And then also things that don't belong in there, I'd put in also a separate area. So let's do that right now, okay? So I have this, it's like a little, like it's a thing that you'd use for wood floors, all right? So we'll put that here. This is like a little cooler, doesn't belong in there. They'll have a space for that. I'll put that over here. I can do it right now because it's right there, so I will do that. If there's anything that you're doing while you're doing this and you can move it to that area, then, you know, right there and then do that. All right, so just to let you know, I am in the basement, and there's this little beepy sound that happens. It's not a smoke alarm. I don't know exactly what it is, but there's this, every so often there's this thing that goes beep. So if that happens, I'm just going to have to go with it. Okay, so now this is a heater, space heater. This, I guess they used it all year. When they did their floor, it was not necessary anymore. It ended up there. So I don't know where they'll keep this, so I'll just put it over here in the basement, because I'm sure it'll stay down here, just don't know where down here. Okay, what else is in here? This is a bag of what? Oh, it looks like it's a bag that goes with their new vacuum that they just bought. They just bought a new Shark vacuum, and these look like they're additional pieces to it. So I would probably hang maybe a nail in here and put it there, because that seems like it would be appropriate. So for now, I'll just put it aside. Okay, now remember, when you're doing this, it doesn't matter if what you're pulling out is good. Like, well, this is good, I'm going to keep it. That's not the criteria to keeping things. It's, do I love this? Do I need this? Do I use this? Will I use this? Does it fit in my home, right? And if it's something that, like, is for you, like maybe it's skiing equipment or some sort of a, I don't know, maybe you're doing a closet that has some clothes in it. If those clothes don't fit you, or you don't do that activity anymore, then those are going to go, all right? Because if it doesn't fit you, you don't want to keep it. When you do, you know, get into the body that you want to get into, that you would fit into that kind of thing, you deserve better, okay? You deserve new, you deserve wonderful. If you want to keep something because, you know, you're the type of person that you know you're going to fit in it next year, then here's what you do, all right? Get a masking tape and put a piece right on it, today's date, okay? The date of today. Stick that masking tape on that clothing item. If you don't want to stick it on the front of it because you're afraid something might happen to it, stick it on the inside of it, like on the tag or something like that. Then next year, when you're going to go use it again, or you're going to dejunk that area again, and you see that masking tape is still there, you're going to say, it still doesn't fit me, I'm getting rid of it, okay? You have a year, all right? You have a year. If you're not going to fit it in again next season, it goes. All right. So let's see what else we got here. There's a mop right here. Okay, so the mop could go by the cleaning products. This is a roll. Wait, I gotta get it out. This is a roll of fabric that she's had here for a long time. I don't know what she's doing with it or why. And she's not the type to usually hold on to these things. It's a really nice fabric. I'm kind of a fabric junkie. So I'll put it aside and I'll ask her, what exactly are you going to do with this? And if there's something that she has her heart set on doing with it, then I'm going to recommend to her that she does it. All right. So if you have some of the things that you're coming across that you're like, oh, that's a project I wanted to do, or this is something I want to have made, put that thing aside to be in your face and be like, and give yourself a date, you know, give yourself a schedule. Like, I'll work on this project every, you know, Saturday or every Monday and Wednesday until it's finished. You know, make it like it's an appointment with yourself, okay? I know she is not a sewer, so if there's anything she wanted to do with these that had to do with sewing, she would have to, you know, get it done by someone. So I'm going to put this aside and recommend to her that she figure out what she's going to do with it, because it's been hanging around a long time. So that'll go over here in I don't know what to do with the pile. All right. This looks like it goes to a table, you know, like a table that has a drop leaf that comes up. I think that this table is actually in her kitchen right now. It's a rectangle table that could be a circle table, but it wouldn't fit in that area as a circle. And so she wants to keep it. And I understand, you know, the reason for that. And the reason it's probably in here now is because it must have been out in the basement area before they did the floor in a section. They have like a little under the stair closet thing. So maybe it was in there and they had to take everything off. And this is where it ended up. So we'll put this with, I'm not sure what to do with it either. Okay, this is extra, you know, stuff for rugs. You know, she has rugs in her kitchen that she puts this underneath, and you know, they have church in their home, so a lot of times, you know, they have a lot of traffic in and out, so she'll have you know, a little bit more of a runner kind of thing in her kitchen than normal, and so I'm sure that's what this is for. The extra, you know, need for that kind of thing. So I'll put this in a pile as a category of something that needs to be stored. These look like they are, oops, these look like they're leaves to their dining room table upstairs. So these would probably be able to stay right there. She has some curtain rods down here. Okay, there's a, this is a spring rod, regular curtain rod, and then these are also, looks like some spring rods, but the end of this is not here, so let me see how this works. So you're just doing exactly what I'm doing. You're pulling things out. All right, so this goes, now this is definitely not a spring rod. This looks like it goes to something, maybe a tent or something like that. So I'll just put this here. I'm not sure what to do with it right now. Okay, you working with me here? All right, just keep taking things out and making decisions on where they go. Now I do see that she has a whiteboard back here. I'm sure they use that for their children's church, and these are the whiteboard markers. So I'm sure she's not happy with having it there. If she needs it, she'll have to pull everything out to get it. So we'll definitely make that more accessible. I'll just put these aside until we get to that. Okay, this is, I heard them talking about this. They were debating what to do with this. It's a baby, you know, thing for the stairs. Now, she just had a granddaughter. She just had a granddaughter, and she has, he's almost 2, or he's just 2-year-old grandson. And so they are going to still need this, because they were talking about getting rid of it, but they will still need it. So I'll put this aside. But she would want that more accessible. These tables are probably going to stay in here. It's a good place for them. They have, you know, they host our family Christmas party every year. This is really, really handy for that. They have, like I said, they have church in their home, so sometimes they'll have, like, you know, a Bible class or something. If they have a big party with everybody, they use these. So I think this is a great place for them, and these can stay right there. This is like one of those, you know, I don't know what they call them. Oh, this is one of those things that, you know, a divider, room divider thing. It's pretty, right? Look. And I know that a lot of times she has it up in the office, and it's also a guest room. So if she has a guest, she'll take this and she'll open it up a little bit like a, you know, a accordion kind of thing between where they have like their desk area and the bedroom area. They don't keep it up there all the time, but when they have a guest, they do. And it was also in the basement. She had it up as, you know, kind of decorative, but the way it's arranged now, it doesn't really work there, so I'm not sure what to do with this, but I know it's probably going to go back in here, so I'll just put this here for now. So the piles that you want to have are, I don't know what to do with it, get rid of it, put it away in another room in the house, or, you know, get it back in that closet, you know, and in that case, you would have it in categories. In any way, though, you would have it in categories anyway. Okay, so I took this out and I didn't need to. Now, when I say that, you know, you would put it in categories, what I mean is that, you know, if you're going to put it back in this room, then, back in that closet, then you'd have it in categories like cleaning things, like the rug things that I had. You know, you'd put things that kind of went together. But if it was going to go in another room in the house, all of that just goes together. You don't have to categorize any of that. Just throw everything that goes in another room in the house in a box. And then when you're done with this session, you take that box to whatever room those things belong in, and you just dump them out in there, in that room. So if you have 3 things that go in the living room, 2 things that go in the bedroom, 4 things that go in the dining room, you just take them out and you put them in that room. If that room is clean and orderly, you put them away in that room. If that room is a wreck, you just put them in the room. You don't care about if they go away. All right, now these things are in there. I don't know if these might, she has here a really old Electrolux floor and rug buffer cleaner, and these might go to the Electrolux. If they do, I'll put them in a bag that's hanging off of it, but it might also go to some sort of a tool, so I'll put this aside and we'll figure it out when I take the Electrolux out. Okay, so I have to take this out anyway because I won't be able to get the dry erase board out of there without doing it. Here's a mirror. It's quite dusty. This obviously was a residual dust affair of the of when they were doing all the sheetrock and all the sanding and all of that stuff. So, but still, it's a decent mirror. I can see why she doesn't want to get rid of it. But she actually, I suppose, doesn't have a place for it right now. So I'll just put it there. But I will talk to her about, let's find a place for it. And she's really, really normally like that. Let's find a place for it. You know, when you get a lot of work done, it can be like, let's just forget about what to do with stuff for now and just like take a breath. And I'm assuming that's what she did. Okay, so we have a box here, and I think I know what this is. I think that this is, she had something delivered. Oh no, it says Verizon. And it's for, let's see. All right, it's an empty box. See, it's an empty box. So I'm assuming it's something that they may have had returned, or maybe they sent them this box to return something. So I'll talk to her about this. Did you hear that beep? That was that beep I told you about. So I'll talk to her about this as well. Now, if this was yours, sorry, I know you can't see me. So if this was yours, right, and it was a box that you had to keep because it might be something you had to return, put a date on it so that you know, by this date, it's safe to get rid of this. And if you're kind of like a box hoarder, like, oh, but it's such a good box, it's such a good box, listen, you're always going to attract things to get rid of if you continue to hold on to boxes that you don't need. Whenever you need a box, you'll get a box, I promise. It will cost you much less in finance to get rid of the box than it does cost you in peace in your life and in your home to hold on to the box. Okay? Promise you will not miss it. So if you have a bunch of boxes just because they're good, but they have no place and they're taking up time and space in your world, get rid of them. Okay? All right, so this one I'll just have to talk to her and see what's the deal with that. These things, I don't know what they are at all. They look like they might be, I have no freaking clue what this is. Maybe it's, I don't know. Maybe it could be something that goes around the baseboard, like a plastic baseboard. I don't know, but all right, we'll put these aside too for her to look at. But listen, if it's your home and you come across something and you're like, I don't even know what this is. What am I doing with this? All right? Now you can just get rid of it. If you know that that area that you're cleaning out has not been touched in years, if you do happen to, like in another year or two, say, oh, that's what those things are for, you're not going to care. Just get something else. Most things that you have to replace are $20 and less, okay? So don't feel like I need to hold on to this because I may need it. It's true. You may need it. It's true. It's going to cost you $20 or less to replace that thing, and it's going to give you so much peace to get rid of it, okay? People that live in really, really organized homes don't have a problem with letting go of what they don't need or what they don't even know they're doing with those things. And if it turns out that, you know, they had to get something that they already got rid of, they don't say, oh my God, can you believe I got rid of that thing? I should have kept it. They don't say that. They just say, oh no, I just got rid of that thing. See, oh, that's crazy. What we do is we say, oh, I knew I shouldn't have got rid of that thing. See, every time I get rid of something, I need it. Which is so not true. So not true. How often do you get rid of things anyway, right? Probably not very often. So just, you know, make it be that your standard for your life and your home is different. And your standard is going to be that you matter more than your stuff. And your space is there to serve you, not for you to serve it. So we're going to ask her, what the heck is this? And what are we doing with it too? All right, we're moving along. I don't know what this is for. It looks like it might have been a bed slat. Maybe it's something that goes underneath an air conditioner in a window. I don't know. I'll put that aside. We'll see what that's all about. This is a rug that she had from, you know, like when they got a rug down and it's new. I know what she uses these things for. She uses them, like I said, like she has a lot of traffic a lot of times during the year, and she'll use these kinds of things. And so this is, you know, a valuable little piece of something for her. Here is the whiteboard we were talking about. And, okay, so here's the whiteboard. And I don't know what this is. It looks like some sort of it looks like something that was used for their children's church. So I'll take this and put it in a way that it's accessible to her. Is that a word? Accessible? All right. Okay, so here's another one of those things that I said I'm not sure if it goes to a tool or the Electrolux. All right. So I'm actually going to sweep this out. If you're working on a closet that you know, you got everything out of it, it's a good idea. If it's a rug, get your vacuum it out. If it's a floor, sweep it out. But here's what I want to tell you, okay? If you had to do a lot more work than I'm doing right here, and you know, when you're done taking it apart, you just want to like scream and run, you know, like off the planet, then don't care, okay? Don't care about sweeping it off. If you're working my program, you'll get to it. It's part of the program where you eventually come along to it. If it hasn't been touched in 5 years, another month isn't going to make a difference, because what we do is we take care of things once a month. If you're not part of my program, I suggest you become part of my program. But if you say to yourself, I don't want to become part of a program, then I'm telling you that not sweeping that out is okay. if you're not going to be peaceful and happy and get that stuff back in there. It's all about happy, people, okay? It's all about happy. It's not about perfect. It's not about what so-and-so thinks or anything like that. It's about freaking happy. So if you had a lot more to do than I just did, then, and you're saying to yourself, if I have to do one more thing, I'm going to scream, then I'm telling you what, all right? Don't freaking sweep it out. Put the stuff back and be done with it, all right? You can always come back to it when you're not as stressed, okay? I would recommend, putting it on your calendar and saying, 4 weeks from today, I'm going to pull that stuff out and sweep it out. This way, when you're laying in bed, you're not going to say, why didn't I just sweep it out? I should have just swept it out. All right, this way all right, I have it on my calendar. It'll be taken care of. And then by the time you get back to it, you'll be, refreshed and fine for it. All right, so I'm going to get the broom. I'm not sure exactly where it is. I thought it was right here. There it is. All right, I'm going to get the broom. I'm going to sweep it out right now, okay? And then I'm going to put things back. Now, I'm sweeping it out onto a rug, so I'm going to have to vacuum up that rug. I suppose I could have vacuumed up the floor, but I didn't want to. Okay, so there's that. All right, so now I'm going to put back things into this closet, all right? Here. Okay, this is going to go back where the other table things are, okay? It's out of the way, it's perfect, it's fine. I'm actually going to move it back into the closet instead of being up in the front of it. They don't use it all that often. It's not going to be missed there. Okay, awesome. All right, now I think I'll put this back in there. Okay, this is probably a good idea to put there in the corner. But first, before I do that, I'm going to put the dry erase board and the thing for the children's church that they have here on the side. And this way, it's easily gotten. And there was those bags of whatever this is. The smartest thing for me to do is to get a piece of tape and tape it to them. So for now, for the time being, so that's something good that you can do, like get some tape just in case. I'll just put it here, and it's hanging on there. It's hanging on there perfectly in between. I just bent it over and put the things together. But I will get some tape and tape it to the back. All right, so that's done. Now let me see if, this is the Electrolux thing, and that's the bottom. This is the Electrolux thing. I really think, let me see, look. This is the bottom of it. All right, this is the bottom of it, and it looks like these are the pads that go on the Electrolux. So there's a bag that's hanging on the Electrolux. I will stick this in the bag with the other things, or I suppose I could put them on the bottom of this and then just put, I think that's what I'll do. So I'm going to put this in here, and I'm going to take this and put it on top of it. Okay, beautiful. Now there was this mop. She is not a mop kind of gal, my sister. She does not use mops. This and this are things I have to ask her about, so I'll put them aside. Excuse me. All right, these things I would assume belong in here since they had them in here, and I can put them right behind the dry erase board and next to the, what's it called? Next to the what are they called? The leaves for the dining room table. I'll put them right next to there. There's like a little indentation in the wall, so it's not taking up any space at all. It's perfect. All right, great. I could do the same thing with the curtain rods. They can go right back there, out of the way. Great. All right, we're moving along here. Okay, now the mop, I don't know why she has a mop. She's not a mop kind of gal. She's just not. I actually like a mop, but I have a favorite mop that I have. It's not this one, but this is a good one. Alright, so I'll put the mop in there. And I'll put this thing in there too. Okay, so it can stand up straight in there. If she had one of those things that you could snap in the wall, that would probably be good for those. There's the broom. Okay, the broom that we had before. Could put here. That's good, out of the way. Now, you know what? I think this would have been good to put in first. Before I put in the... let's see. What do I do? Alright, yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to take this out. And I'm going to take out... let's see. I think I'll put this thing. Oh. I'll put this thing in here on the side. Now I could have put it behind. I think I will. All right, I'm going to put it behind there. I'm going to take a picture of it so that I could put the picture of what I'm talking about right here. See that? See, there's like a little indentation here. Here, wait, let me do this. You can see that these things lived. Oh, yeah, I should take it out so I could show you. Okay, so here we go. Alright, if I leave it like that, it's out of the way. There's that little indentation and it works out great. If I have this there like this, see this there like that, it works out pretty good like that. But I think it might be better, let's see, I think it might be better if I had that against the wall and those in front of it. But you know what? I think they probably use that more often, so I'm going to keep it in the front. That's what I'm going to do. Alright, so I'm going to leave it like that. And I'm going to put these in front of that, all taking up logical space. I wish I had the tape for this. There, okay. So they're perfect, perfect. Okay. I have, let's see, this table has to go back in there. So let me put this table back in there. Maybe it is a smoke alarm, huh? All right, now these things, I don't really know what to do with, so I think that perfect spot is right here behind the that went well. It would be so much better if I could just tape these around, I think. You know, honestly, if you do this and you know you're going to have anything like this, have some tape with you. Have some, like, you know, packing tape or duct tape, and then this would be just perfect. Just tape it around, but I don't have any, but it would be the best thing to do. So, all right, I'm going to try to get these to sit nicely there. There you go. All right, so I'm going to put these there right in the back. They fit in a beautiful, like, little cubby. It looks like it was meant to be like that. So there. And the mirror I'll put right here. I think maybe I'll put the mirror behind the church, the children's church things. And now you see what's happening? These things are falling again. So I'm telling you that I am going to, oh yes, just do it. Just do it. I know where tape is. I'll be right back. Okay, so I have painter's tape. I'm going to take the painter's tape and put it around this, and that'll stop it from falling over and all of that. I'm not saying that this one thing can't fall over, but at least it's not going to be that like avalanche of, you know, clown show shit. All right, so there, perfect, wonderful. And this is, what is this called? 2 curtain rods. So I'm going to put these together as well. So here we go. Boom, done. See how nice? All right. So now this stands here. It's all beautiful, beautiful. Now, okay, so this I'm putting in there now. And there you go. And it's done. It's done. I'll show you a picture of it. There's a few things that I have to ask her. What do we do with these things? If they have to go in there, they actually can. She can even put a shelf in here. I think it might be a good idea to put a little shelf in there. And she can have some things that slide in. So that's that for this one. Okay, so happy that you're a part of my world. So glad that you are with me in this series. And I'll see you on the next video.
Got bugs called a bug eye. You cook bacon, apple pie. If you show you fix or tear, clean or clean my underwear. These are the things we do. The house is a mess with all the junk. The sink's clogged up with dinner time gunk. You pick up the phone and call the Roto-Rooter to make it all work. You call the tiny Tutor.
I think that was pretty good, don't you?